Hello guys, welcome to Biz Talk Biz Talk. As we always say, this is a channel where we talk about businesses. We give you tips and insights on how to run, start and manage your business. And today we're going to be talking about the business plan. Many people have been asking, I want to start a business, I want to write a business plan, but I have no idea on what a business plan really entails. So today I'm going to be taking you through what are the elements of a business plan, and I have written short notes so that I can dictate to you. Maybe you're interested in learning more, or maybe you want to remember this. You can be taking these short notes as I go through them. I'll be taking you through the elements of a business plan and what they really entail and what are their uses. So I hope you learn a thing or two. If you're starting a business plan, we have been emphasizing, if you're starting a business, we have been emphasizing on the importance of a business plan. So what are these business plan or elements of a business plan that we have been talking about? Number one, in a business plan, it includes the following key elements. Number one is an executive summary. And when we're talking about the executive summary, this section now provides an overview of the business. So this is where you talk about the overview of the business, its mission. We talk about its mission, its objectives, the key highlights and the summary of your entire business. So when you're talking, the keynotes to take here is this section. Now you're talking about the mission of the business. We talk about the objectives of the business. Then you talk about the key highlights and the summary of your entire business. That is what you include in the first chapter, that is the executive summary. Then number two, you move, when you're writing a business plan, you move to the company description. What it really entails in the company description. When you're talking about the company description, these are some of the things that you should describe. Number one, the legal structure, the ownership, the history, the location, and any other unique feature or advantage. So those are the things that you should include in a company description. Then number three, we move to the market analysis. So number one, you have written about executive summary. Then we have moved to the company description section. Now we're in the market analysis. And when we're talking about the market analysis, what do we really need? Do we really include in a market analysis? So in the market analysis, that is where you conduct a thorough analysis of your target market, and now you know about the size, the growth, the potential, the customers, segments, competition, the market trends, all these, and the market analysis. So you include that in the market analysis, and then you identify your target customers and their needs. This is where the part that you now identify the target customers and what do they really need. Then after that, you move to the products and services. That is section 4, is products and services. Now this is where you provide a detailed information about your products and services. That is where now you include their features, their benefits, you include their competitive advantage, and any other intellectual property or proprietary rights associated with them. Then number 5, you move to marketing and sales. So we move to marketing and sales strategy. At number 5 is marketing and sales strategy. What is in this section? In this section, now you outline your marketing and sales plans. So make sure that you outline your marketing and sales plan. That is where now you talk about your target market, you talk about your positioning, you talk about your pricing, you talk about your distribution channels, you talk about your promotional strategy. You see, these are all in the sales strategy. And then you explain how you reach to each individual customer, and how will you attract your customers. All these are in the marketing and sales strategy. So this is more about marketing, how you'll be conducting your marketing and how you'll be performing your sales. And then number 6 is organization and management. So here we are talking about the key roles or the key people in the business, and where you describe now the structure of your company, and you talk about the key team members, you talk about their roles, you talk about their responsibility, and then we talk about relevant experience. That is where you talk about where has he, if you're talking about a key personnel, where has he ever worked? What were some of his major roles? So you see, so you include information about any advisor or other board members. So make sure that you don't leave key personnel in when you're describing about you're describing about the organization. Then at number 7, we talk about operations and management plan. And now this is how you explain. This is now the part that you explain how your business will now operate on a day-to-day basis. So each day, how will it be operating? Then this is where now you are able to include information about facilities. You talk about production processes. You talk about the technology. Which technology? Maybe it's a company that will be dealing with technology. Which type of technology will you be using? You see, and then you'll be talking about suppliers, your inventory. You talk about quality control, about management. All this include in the operations and management plan. Then number 8, we have to always talk about money. So money comes about at number 8. That is, now we talk about financial projection. So we are projecting our finances, and now in this section, this is where we talk about present financial forecast. So we start with the present financial forecast, and then that is where after that you include the projected income statements. What are you expecting in terms of income statements? Then this is where now you're talking about balance sheets. If you have ever done something called balance sheet, now this is where you start balancing sheets. And then after that, you talk about cash flow statement and key financial ratios that for at least the next 3 to 5 years. And here you can also include assumptions. If you have some assumptions you have to do about the financial projections and data sources, now you can now include in this section. And then number 9, funding request. So if you're looking for funding, now this is the part that now you talk about. You call out for funding, you call out for help, and you have to specify the amount that you need. You just don't call for funding without specifying the amount you need. If you want 50,000, you have to explain, I want 50,000. Yeah, and then you specify the amount needed, and you have to say how it will be used. You just don't say I need 50,000 and you don't explain how am I going to use this money. You see, you have to explain. And then you have to include details about your current funding status. That is where you say, like, currently I have 10,000, I need a top up of 40,000. So, and always make sure that when you're writing a business plan, don't go with 0 shillings. If you are requesting for funding, you can't say I don't have any money. At least have something before you go and request for more. And then that is where you include details about your current funding status, any previous funding you have ever received, and your payment plans. How are you planning to repay this money? Or are you planning to run away with it? So you see, you have to include that. Then number 10, you have to talk about risk analysis. That is where we talk about identifying the risks, the potential risks and challenges that you may face. That is such as market competition, regulatory changes, operational risk or financial risk. All this you explain how you plan to mitigate all these risks. Then number 11 is implementation plan. How are you going to implement this plan, all these strategies that you have? And this, now you outline the steps and the timeline for implementing your business plan. All these things that you have indicated, how do you plan to implement them? That is how you define the milestones, key activities and responsibility, and always include contingency plans and alternative strategies. These are very key. Then the last one is appendix. That is the last thing. And now this is where you include supporting documents, where you include such as resume of key team members, that their CVs, your product brochures, your market research data. If you've had done any research, you include all those reports there, your permits and licenses, contracts, or any other relevant information. You include it in the appendix. That is the last part. So those are the key elements of a business plan. I hope you have learned a thing or two. And when you're writing a business plan, I hope you have gotten the key information that you need when you're writing a business plan. And I hope you have learned something. If you have learned something, leave in the comment section and I'll be sure to read it out. Make sure at the end of this video, you like, comment, subscribe, share, and do anything that this video can be done. Whether commenting, subscribing, sharing, liking, all that, I'll be sure to appreciate. And if you want to learn more about detailed business planning, that is where you learn about how now to write it in terms of format. How do you write it? All this, you have a short course on business planning. It's a short course that goes for 4 months, and you can actually enroll it at Finstock University College, and you can visit their website at www.finstockuniversity.com or email them at info@finstockuniversity.com, or you can call them at 0703 313 722. Until next time, goodbye.